of each other. So again, they fought through that game, and again, now they have perfect conditions to play today. But parking lot was completely full. Took a while to find a parking spot because everyone's coming out to a beautiful day.
For sure. And again, it's always a nice day here at Historic Dunn Field. Only a few games remaining in the season, too,
Yeah.
George. We're really getting down to it. 8 days remain in the Elmira Pioneers season. Tonight, we're going to see Kevin Teshko take the mound. Has not been the year he hoped to have. Teshko, a 6.75 ERA, no wins, 1 loss, 7 appearances, 4 starts, 17.1 innings, 19 hits, 14 runs, 13 of them earned, 10 bases on balls, but on the plus side, 21 strikeouts. I mean, Teshko has been effective at times. However, the hitting for the Pioneers has not kept him in the games as much as he would have liked. As we look on to the other side of the cage, it's going to be Zach Crane taking over the ball for the Geneva Red Wings. Crane, a 7.5 ERA, 1 win, 3 losses, 6 appearances, all starts, 28.2 innings pitched, 42 hits, 29 runs, 24 earned, 18 bases on balls, and 14 strikeouts. So the tail of the tape there, George, is that the Pioneers going to have the advantage as far as the pitching goes, at least by the numbers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, pitching has been fantastic as of late for the Pioneers. Again, we saw some pretty strong starts over the weekend. Again, not your typical, number one that we're seeing tonight, but again, we've had a lot of strong guys come out here, and again, hopefully we see another strong performance tonight from Teshko.
Well, we saw it in the doubleheader. You had Tom Catania, who's been a bullpen pitcher all season, and then you had Noah Rubino. You know what to expect out of Noah, that will grant you that. But then on the Sunday game, up there in Geneva, a huge game for Alex Bardo out of SUNY Cortland, someone probably not expected to have the performance he had, and I'll tell you what, he had a heck of a game. So it's going to come down to whether or not the Pioneers can get hitting. We've talked about it all season. The early runs are what really drives the Elmira Pioneers, and that's what's going to have to really drive them here tonight if they're going to come up with a win against second place Geneva. We're going to head down to Coach's Corner, take a brief moment to talk with head coach Matt Birch and see what he has to say before we get going here for the first pitch. As you're listening in to the Miller's Mowing pregame show, Miller's Mowing reminding you to, if your lawn isn't in game day condition, call Miller's Mowing at 607-302-8226. We'll be right back after Coach's Corner here on Mixler.com.
turn your attention towards center field as we honor America with the singing of God Bless America, tonight performed by Grace Lee Memorial Wesleyan Church.
America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Remaining standing for the singing of our national anthem, tonight performed by the Katana Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of home's bursting in air gave proof the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of all
I want to thank everybody for staying tuned for that as we are getting ready for first pitch. We want to remind you, you've been listening to the Miller's Mowing pregame show. Miller's Mowing, if your field isn't game day ready, give them a call at 607 302 8226. So, once again, thank you so much to our pregame show sponsor, Miller's Mowing. We're getting everything set and ready to go here, George, as the Pioneers look to extend the winning streak to 4. Woo! Seems like
Been a while since we've said that.
Certainly is, and not going to have an easy time of it as Geneva comes into the historic Dunn Field tonight. As now had a ceremonial first pitch. Glad everybody got to tune in for that. The umpires have taken the field, and it is time to play ball. Kevin Teshko going to be the man to start things off for the Pioneers on the mound. His last outing, not his best outing, but hopefully he can turn things around now and get things going to keep the Pioneers on a winning streak that they desperately need to keep up if they're going to surpass Adirondack and Watertown.
Yeah, Teshko, a freshman at Old Dominion University, first team All-South Jersey and first team All-Group selection during his senior year, also Conference Player of the Year. Selected to compete in the prestigious Carpenter Cup, and has a twin brother who also plays for Old Dominion, with 37th overall player to come out of the state of New Jersey, John.
Well, I'll tell you what, his twin brother came over to Elmira this summer as well. Unfortunately, an injury precluded him from hanging around, but hopefully he's rehabilitating well and will be back in time for Old Dominion season. Of course, the first man to greet Kevin Teshko will be Harrison Treble. Treble as a leadoff batter, 583 in 12
Yeah.
attempts.
He's one of our top hitters, hitting 343 on the season, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 11 RBIs, no home runs.
29 total bases. That is, for a guy hitting that well, you would assume it'd be more.
Yeah.
As the number of bases may reflect the amount of
A lot of singles.
for sure. As now the final warm-up pitch is thrown, and Harrison Treble will come in and go to work. Pioneers looking for a very quick 1-2-3 inning, and then to get something going in the bottom half. When they were able to beat Geneva up there at McDonough Park, the key to success was scoring early and scoring often. The only inning they didn't have a run was back in the 3rd inning, if you can believe that or not.
Again, everything worked for the Pioneers last weekend as we take the first pitch here for a strike.
As again, Teshko looking to get off to a strong start. Teshko is that one fouled away. So no balls, 2 strikes very quickly. Teshko is a repetitive pitcher. If he finds his comfort zone, he can really put up some quick numbers and put them up quick. As I just was saying, the problem is when Teshko gets out of a rhythm, then things can complicate themselves very quickly. So he comes back set on the mound, winds and delivers. Taken outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count as we kick off the night here at historic Dunn Field. Getting a little bit of a later start, 7:10 as opposed to 7:05. As Teshko comes set, he winds and delivers. That one popped up towards left field. On the move and making the catch. As, again, an oddity out there in left field. Trevor Henneman taking over. That will be a first on the season as Henneman steps in to play the outfield here tonight. Noah Fisher will be the next man up. And, George, I think you've got some numbers on Noah.
Yeah, Fisher, a 277 hitter. He's got 5 doubles, no triples, 1 home run, and 12 RBI, a 367 on-base percentage.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a little easier to hit out of McDonough Park than it is here at historic Dunn Field. As a swinging strike there, 0-1. Talked about the repetition from the pitcher Teshko. We'll have to see if he can keep it up. So far, so good. No balls, 1 strike. So 2 first pitch strikes and 2 batters. That's pretty good numbers there, George.
Yeah.
As Teshko comes set, he winds, delivers. That one will be popped up into foul territory. And that's going to get down. So no balls, 2 strikes now. As some applause and now some booing actually going on as Teshko led back to the mound. No ball, 2 strike count, 1 out here in the top of the first. Kevin getting set on the mound. He comes set, winding and delivering. Cut on out there towards right, and that's going to get down for a single. That'll be the first hit of the night as Kevin Teshko pitching very, very well to start things off here, George.
Again, he's working quickly. He's kind of pitching contact. We've seen a lot of foul balls already, and again, just a little bloop single, not too bad. But as long as he stays in that rhythm, and doesn't get too worried about the man on first, he should be fine.
Unfortunately for the Pioneers, the worry on the man on first has led to a lot of pass balls and a lot of errors this season. You see Teshko already looking over twice before he even steps on the rubber. So now Teshko staring down the wind and the pitch. So there's the first ball on a first pitch. 2 for 3, not too bad, eh, George?
No, not bad.
So we'll see if he can right himself here as he looks for strike 1 as he goes up against Cooper. The wind and the pitch. Taken inside, and that is called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our very first Tioga Down showdown of the evening. Reminding you, you too can be an all-star. Head down and check out Smash Mouth in late August this summer. Throw over, not in time.
Cooper, the best hitter on this team, hitting 381 on the year. He's got 6 home runs.
I think you mean best hitter who's played in more than 5 games.
Played more than 5.
Dylan Schwarmer.
I mean, I'm
certainly
not counting,
up there.
I'm not counting 4 games. I don't think qualifies. I don't think that qualifies for the best.
It's on the sheet.
It is on the sheet. The best position player,
there
everyday
you go.
player.
Best everyday. I'll take that. All right, as once again, The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. As that will send down Cooper. So, best hitter on the team. Fooled there by Kevin Teshko. That'll bring up Nick Lebraska.
One of the worst hitters on the team. If you
He's
look at overall player.
had a rough year for certain. He was in the lineup again back on Sunday. A little surprising, as pretty religiously the Pioneers have seen Trevor Rogers playing first base, but now Rogers being used less and less. We heard the talk back up in Geneva that Nebraska has had a couple of straight starts. This would be 3 in a row. As now, next pitch from Teshko, cut on, popped up. This could be playable, will be made, and despite giving up the one hit, Kevin Teshko works his way through the first without any damage. It's a 0-0 game going into the bottom half as the Pioneers look to tally first. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back here live. The Pioneers about to step to the plate. And before they do that, we want to remind everybody the Elmira Enforcers getting set for their second season of action. Season tickets are on sale now. You can check out the newest teams in the Federal Hockey League, the Columbus River Dragons, the Danbury Hat-Tricks, and the newly announced just today, the Battle Creek Rumblebees, as they get set for action for their first season, much like the Enforcers did last year.
It's gonna be a lot of travel. You gotta go down, gotta go down Georgia, go out to Michigan.
Well, you know what they say. We did Michigan last year, but Georgia's a long ride.
Yep.
Midnight train, though, hopefully.
There you go.
As Jeff Mejia is stepping up, he will lead things off. We've talked about Mejia over the last few games. He has been hot as anything as he takes strike one. Mejia, as a leadoff hitter, 429 in 28 attempts. So a good start for Mejia. As now again, we want to talk about his last 10 and 5 games. Mejia, in his last 10, 429, and his last 5, 533.
Ooh.
As he swings and fouls one off there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I've talked about him being a consistent presence atop this lineup, a 3-sport athlete coming out of UMass Lowell.
Mm-hmm. Grew up in North Reading, Massachusetts, as a matter of fact.
I believe he did.
As that's in there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Again, he came in. Quinn Buffington kind of got the start in center field and at the leadoff hitter this year, but again, Mejia's been hot lately. He's done a very good job manning both the leadoff spot and center field.
As now the toss over to first will be in time, just barely beating out Mejia. Mejia, who's shown plenty of speed of his own, as now Brody Moore will head to the plate. Brody Moore batting .294 this year. He's had 20 hits and 69 attempts, including a double. Has batted in 12 so far this year. 11 this year. 2 doubles. As the lineup stats
Very close together.
very close together, I'll tell you what. As now Brody steps back up. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball. 1-0. So we're getting our first look at Zach Crane. Crane, certainly hard to miss out there on the mound. He is an intimidating presence. Winds and delivers. Cut on, ground ball there by Brody Moore. kind of works its way off the mound. Moore just going to be called out on that one, as that's going to bring up Nathan Pang. Pang, who a couple of days ago played all 9 positions in one day, and since then has been riding a bit of a hot streak. I got to tell you, Pang so far this season has batted well, but in the last few games, 333 in his last 5. Certainly a jump up from his last 10. He was batting 256.
Yeah.
So the last 5 games have been good for Nathan Pang. First pitch taken for a ball. As now, we'll see what Crane can do here. Crane winds and delivers. He gets that one across for a strike.
He falls very hard off that first base bag, so an opportunity, big hole up the middle, the way he's falling off.
Well, that's kind of what you saw to Brody Moore. He tried to put it right back up the middle. It edged off the mound. Really sending that right towards the shortstop, as that's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count, 2 outs. As again, Crane looks in. Those still pink ribbons down there on the field, backing our pink in the park day, as that one will bounce off the top of the booth. And we'll remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass, as now Crane, 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out. Tioga down, showdown. As coming back set, Crane winds, delivers, cut on, right back up the middle, down in center field. So Nathan Pang will have himself the first hit of the Pioneers evening. That's going to bring up home run derby champion Trey Harmon. Harmon, who's hit a few out of the historic Dunfield back on the games versus Team Canada when he was able to pop 3 over the fence in that home run derby. So technically his second home run derby win of the year was at the All-Star game.
In 310 on the year, one of the top first basemen in the country coming out of high school.
Top 4, yes. As that one gets away, that's going to move Pang on to second. So a ball and a pass ball, as a matter of fact. As Pang advances into scoring position, now with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position, Trey Harmon batting .222 in 18 attempts. See if he can drive in Nathan Pang here. Harmon, a very hard out to get. He's going to get his swings as the next pitch comes in. Outside, 2-0. Looked like Crane didn't quite agree with that one. He stared an extra couple seconds down at that umpire behind home plate. Crane looking back in. We'll pay a little more attention to his motion here as he comes back set, working out to the stretch. He winds and delivers. Cut on right back towards him. Bounces off a Crane. That's going to let Trey Harmon get to first as Pang will stay on third. Crane goes down. That hurt. I'm telling you what. Trey Harmon, he hits like a bullet out of a gun. And Crane is feeling the effects of it right now. Dr. Emily Canfield immediately out there to check on Zach Crane. He went down pretty quick after getting hit.
Yeah, that one looked like went off his pitching arm, kind of holding on to his forearm or his elbow area where that ball hit him.
Catcher's out there. The second base umpire is out there. Doc Emily still taking a look. She's rubbing her hands together. Must be wanting to work on some sort of muscle relaxing therapy. Pitcher is back up. He takes a stride here. We'll have to see how that impacts the pitching ability. You're right. I do believe that went right off his arm.
I'm away. And you wonder right there on your elbow, your funny bone right there. So maybe a little sting.
As he takes the ball back. So we'll see what Crane can do. You got to imagine they're going to want to see a pitch or two.
Yep. Just
to make sure he's okay. He's still really working around that arm. Even just a stinger for a pitcher, that's going to be impactful.
The way he falls off the mound, his coach is going to have to move the way he falls off the mound. He's standing
Well,
right on the edge of the
there.
mound.
The velocity still seems to be there.
Yep.
But a couple extra pitches now, too, is going to run up the pitch count. You would have to assume. Getting those extra throws in there. He appears to be okay and satisfied. Harmon's going to go 1 for 1. That'll put runners on first and third. As Crane will go right back to work. Trey Harmon, I'll tell you what, I have said this before. The way Harmon hits the ball, you got to add quite a few miles per hour onto the original pitch. So that's like getting hit by a Well, a speeding NASCAR vehicle at that point. As now
We'll have
again,
those in 2 weeks.
and we will. As now again, Crane looking in. Moskowitz cutting. He pops that one up back towards right field. Thursel White has the beat and makes the catch. So Crane has to throw one more pitch. But luckily for the Geneva Red Wings, no damage comes across despite their pitcher taking one solidly off his arm. We're going to head for the top of the second, 0-0 here from historic Dunn Field. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right. Well, my apologies there. We're going to unfortunately break in as the inning's about to get started. So before the inning gets too far underway, though, we'll finish off that little commercial break as Marion Decker Insurance has been helping people in Elmira for over 34 years. Shouldn't you have an ace in the bullpen? Call 607-734-1100 and protect yourself today.
So again, the line drive off the elbow for Crane. We do have a lefty warming up in that bullpen.
Not too surprised on that, as the first pitch from Teshko is fouled off by Alexander Gao. Gao designated hitting tonight. Gao, a great hitter, 372 on the season, 16 for 43, third best on the team. Second best on the team over 5 games. As that's in there for a ball, 1 strike.
Teshko, another guy with that kind of hard ball off to the first base side.
Teshko has a lot of power behind that throw, too. If you watch the way he plants his foot and comes down, certainly gets the velocity right up.
Got a high leg kick.
That one bounced toward shortstop. Brody Moore's going to scoop it up, throw over to first in plenty of time. Gao goes down 0 for 1. That'll bring up Thursel White. White, who has had some trouble fielding the last few games for the Geneva Red Wings.
He's been one of their better hitters on the year, hitting .333. 5 doubles, a triple, no home runs for him.
The last 10 games. Wow, that's an impressive number right there.
Yeah.
462. So we'll have to see what he can do here. I know the Pioneers had some luck against him back on Sunday. As now the windup and the pitch.
Ooh,
Taken for a strike.
it's a nice breaking ball there from Teshko.
As now we'll see what is on the dice next. The next throw. Outside. 1 strike, 1 out. That means another Tioga Down showdown.
We got a lot of them already tonight, John.
Certainly do.
Didn't have much this weekend.
We did not. Thursel White went 1 for 4 with a double back in Geneva the other day. That one right behind second base. Brennan Derigi will make the catch, and that will be 2 very quick outs here in the top of the second, George.
Very nice.
As that's going to bring up Daniel Sperling. Sperling, the next man up.
275 hitter on the year.
Again,
4 doubles, no home runs. 1 home run, no triples.
certainly respectable numbers from everybody in the Geneva lineup.
One of a few lefties we've seen here.
Teshko trying to make it through his second full inning of work, and he's not going to get the call on that one. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 count. Infield playing back as they wait and hope to get another ground ball. Kevin Teshko has been setting them up for that. That's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike count now. Teshko not a huge body there either. He very compact and works compactly if you watch the motion. As that one's popped up, played over, that's going to get foul. No, it's fair territory, excuse me. Thought that was going to curve, but it just stayed fair.
It just bounced inside the line.
So that will be the second hit of the night as Daniel Sperling able to make it on base. That's going to bring up Dylan Swarmer, and Swarmer effectively the best hitter on the team, having only played 5 games, 7 hits and 10 at-bats.
Only 2 extra base hits.
Well, still, that's you like a 700 batting average coming into any at-bat.
About a 1.669 OPS.
So we'll have to see if the numbers bear out or if Kevin Teshko can end the top of the second inning, allowing a hit again in the top half. That one thrown outside, that's going to get away, and that will allow Daniel Sperling to move on. Pass ball. Again, we talked about it a lot this year, George. The problem for the Pioneers pitching tends to be of their own making. They really focus on the runners on base, especially with 2 outs. It's really an oddity to me that they can't focus on the hitter instead of continuing to work themselves into more trouble by throwovers, paying more attention. The pass balls are normally a result of too much attention being paid to that guy on base. As that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. As Kevin Teshko trying to get himself out of this top of the second inning. Working out the stretch for the second time in 2 innings. Teshko looks in. Checking back on the runner, the wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As again, Kevin Teshko really working proficiently here, George.
He is, and the mechanics are nice. You can see already out on the mound the mark where he's landing every single time with that front foot.
And I talked about repetition. He really is exemplifying it right here. The pitch taken outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As again,
Go to the buffet. Go to the sports book.
The sports book. You're certainly loving the sports book for somebody who hasn't been down there yet, George.
I have not been down
there
yet.
Gonna have to get there. As now coming back set, Teshko looks in. He winds and delivers. That one bounces in, and that will be a tough grab, but great play made there by the Pioneers catcher to be able to keep that in front of him. 3 ball, 2 strike count now. As again, Moskowitz keeping his position right back there behind the plate. Teshko checking on the runner, winds and delivers. Taken for a walk. That'll be ball 4. And that will put Schwarmer on base for the first time here tonight. Going to bring up Ronan Chisholm. Chisholm steps up. He is up there with a 250 batting average. As Ronan.
There's a lot of twins in this game. Or on these 2 teams, I should say.
Not twins, as a matter of fact.
Oh, not?
No.
Interesting.
Not even related. As a matter of fact, found that out in Geneva as the pitch in there for a strike.
A lot of similar
dorm mates, actually, from what I'm told. So, interesting factoid. Brennan and Ronan Chisholm, not related. Dorm mates, however, back at college. The next pitch, cut on and missed, 0-2. So, trying to get to the number 9 batter here, Ronan Chisholm, the shortstop here tonight. As coming back set, Kevin Teshko trying to get out of this inning. He winds and delivers. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to get Ronan to fish a little bit there. So, coming back set. Looking in. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. And down goes Ronan Chisholm on strikes. The second strikeout of the evening. The Pioneers head back to the plate for the bottom of the second. It's still 0-0 here at historic Dunn Field. All right, and with that, Brennan DeRigi heads up to the plate. He swings on the first pitch he sees, and an easy catch there for Nebraska. So DeRigi goes down 0 for 1, and in quick order,
Yeah.
the Pioneers head back up to the plate. Kyle Richardson will be the designated hitter tonight. He'll be looking to cash in. I'll tell you what, these days off really change the atmosphere of a game. Obviously, it's a good thing to get the players an extra day of rest. You get a chance, as you heard Matt Birch say before, as that one goes in there for ball 1, to get the rest for the pitcher, who was going to start on 4 days rest. Now he's actually got the full 5. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. But, it does really break up a rhythm, especially when you've won 3 in a row. Cut on. That one hit hard out there towards left. That is going to get foul. So, foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, just 2 hits in the game for each side here in the bottom of the second inning. Elmira Pioneers trying to get another hit and hopefully start to work things around. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little surprised to see Zach Crane back out there. Seems to be doing okay, though. The wind and pitch. Cut on and pop back up. That one is going to get foul over the booth. And we remind you again to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass. So sorry about that. As once again, stepping back in is Richardson. Cuts on one, pops it up. This one should be playable. The third baseman working against the shadow. He will make the grab, and that will be the second out of the second inning. That's going to bring up Trevor Henneman, today's left fielder. We've seen him make a play out there already, and I'll tell you what, George, one of the interesting things in this league is you continue to see players play not only different positions, but
every position.
As now Henneman steps back in. We've seen him at third, we've seen him at first. Now we see him in left. Not quite Nathan Pang, all 9 in one day. However,
we still got time to play.
We certainly do. As now, the next pitch. Cut on, driven out there towards right. That's going to get into foul territory and be caught. So that will do it for the bottom of the second. Pioneers go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We head for the top of the third. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, and so with that, we are back here live as your Elmira Pioneers go back to work in the field. I'm sure Kevin Teshko would have liked a much longer break than that, as now Harrison Treble back up to the plate. He cuts on that one. Oof. No, the umpire says he held up. Hold on, now they're going to check.
Yep.
They do get it. All right. So, as I said, for me, that was that was a for sure swing, but
well, at least they check. I mean, there's some guys, especially we've seen a couple times in this league, where they don't want to check. The umpires aren't always in the best position in the field to do the check swing as that one goes outside. But nice to see that he went with the help.
For sure. 1 ball, 1 strike as Teshko goes back to work against the leadoff man. Here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. There was no doubt on that swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Treble already 0 for 1 tonight, George, as tell you what, pitching
Yeah.
really doing a number here in this game. That one gets out there outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. As now, Treble looks in. The wind and pitch from Teshko. Cut on and missed as Teshko burns one by Treble. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night. Teshko not normally known as a strikeout pitcher. On the year this year, he has 21, which is fairly good, but that also is right along the lines of average pitching here in the PGCBL. So normally known more for being a fly ball out, ground out pitcher, pitching to contact. Certainly has worked it around here tonight as he gets a foul ball strike there, 0-1. So again, coming back set, Kevin Teshko really working through here in the top of the 3rd inning. The wind and the pitch, taken for strike number 2. So
You're talking about being a fly ball guy. He's got 3 fly outs, 1 ground out, 3 strikeouts already.
and there it is. We've seen a lot of that this season from Kevin Teshko as the wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Teshko wanted that one.
A little high.
Teshko comes set out on the mound. Moves into his windup. Delivers. That one taken. Strike 3 there as he said the first base umpire says Noah Fisher went. That will be 4 strikeouts for Kevin Teshko.
3 in a row.
3 in a row, yes. As once again, ironically, Brandon Cooper, the first first Geneva Red Wing to strike out, could make it 4 in a row and let Teshko strike out a full inning. That would be impressive.
It would.
The wind and the pitch, taken for a strike as once again,
Ooh, we talked about a model consistency so far today, and he's doing it right here.
it's all about repetition. The wind and the pitch, bounced outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As one half of the Twins Teshko working his way through. Ryan, again, we were very sad to see him go home as he had that injury early on. Kevin comes set. He winds and delivers. Cut on right to the 3rd baseman. That will do it. So a 1-2-3 inning at the top of the order. Pioneers will head back to the plate. Andrew Sexton to lead things off. Hopefully we can get things going here. Andrew Sexton did hit a home run on Sunday against these same Geneva Red Wings. We'll be back here on Mixler.com. All right, folks. Andrew Sexton coming to the plate. Have to see what he can do here. As I said, Sunday afternoon, put a ball off the scoreboard to put a run on the scoreboard as he tries to bunt there. So no balls, 1 strike. Clearly not thinking about the home run here at historic Dunn Field. Just trying to get somebody on base. But you got to think that being the last game either of these two teams have played, that memory still hangs in the minds of both sides.
Absolutely.
So Sexton stepping back in. The wind and the pitch. cut on and fouled back. 0-2 count quickly for Andrew Sexton.
We saw the bunt. He led his old team with 7 sacrifice bunts a couple years ago.
Zach
Definitely a
Crane
guy with speed and can get on.
certainly is. Zach Crane still impressively in this game. I got to think that elbow's got to be swollen up a little bit. As now, the next pitch from Crane. Taken for a strike, and that will sit Andrew Sexton down on the punch-out. First one of the night for Crane. Apparently, the hit in the elbow not impacting him at all.
Again, you wonder, we're talking about the funny bone being right there. A little bit of a little stinger there.
I would assume so. I mean, I watched it. I certainly wouldn't want to take Trey Harmon's comebacker.
Nope.
As once again, Mejia stepping back up. We talked about Mejia's numbers earlier. 0 for 1 here tonight. You can't assume he's going to roll over all night long as he takes a ball on the inside portion. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The wind and pitch from Crane. Taken again.
He hitting .429 in his last 10 games, and he rounded out, as we said, in the first.
2 balls, no strikes. Next pitch. Inside again, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. As again, Crane winds and delivers. Inside again, Mejia's going to take a look back as he heads down to first base on the base on balls. That ball certainly got away from the catcher.
It did.
As that's going to bring up Brody Moore. Moore, over his last few games, not quite the success he would like. 243 in his last 10, 375 in his last 5, so the numbers are improving, but Brody on a long little stretch there where he had some trouble getting contact. We'll have to see if that's been straightened out. Brody has certainly also had some moments here at Historic Dunn Field that were more than heroic, as that one bounces, gets away from the catcher momentarily. Mejia is angry at himself down at first base, clapping his hands together. Certainly wanted that one. Would have loved to move along. 1 ball, no strikes.
Moore's always been a strong hitter at .577, playing high school ball in Alabama, and a .333 hitter for Auburn in just 12 games, but still model consistency at the plate.
Next pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown. Tioga Downs, not just a great place to play, a great place to stay. Check out the brand new hotel and resort. As now coming back, we'll see Crane looking in. He winds, pitches. That one gets away. 2 balls, 1 strike. So maybe perhaps now seeing a little more of that impact from Crane as he tries to work through here in the 3rd inning. Tell you what, the pitches seem to be getting away from him. You wonder if that has anything to do with that comebacker we saw earlier. The wind and the pitch. Outside, way outside again, as the catcher must be wearing roller skates to get that far outside the zone.
But they all keep going to the same signs, almost like it's the same pitch, but he just doesn't have a command of.
3 balls, 1 strike. Mejia stands on first. As now that's thrown for ball 4. That's going to send. Hold on a second here.
I have ball 4.
They call balk. I'm sorry.
Oh.
They called a balk, which is why 3 balls, 1 strike. Mejia will be awarded second base. And now Preston Moore will have to, Brody Moore will have to do his job now with a runner on second base. You heard the call of balk from the second base umpire. As now coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, and that one is, are they going to say that's fouled away? All right, fouled away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As George is making it rain up here in the booth.
That's the sign for a balk. Just you have your hand flip the other way.
As now, Brody Moore stands at the plate. 3 ball, 2 strike, 1 out count. Mejia standing on second base. The wind, the pitch, connected on, could get over the head, will get over the head of the second baseman. Mejia running around, the center fielder tossing in. That will send the runner to second, touching and safely as he avoids the tag. Jeff Mejia with amazing reaction time there to be able to get around the tag of the catcher and find his way to score at home plate. Brody Moore goes 1 for 2, earns himself a ribby, and advanced on the throw. So he'll have a single and an advance to second on the throw. Nathan Peng is already 1 for 1 on the day. Will come up next with a runner in scoring position. Mahia, I'll tell you what, George, that was
It was a
impressive.
nice move. It was a nice move. Had to go more into the infield to avoid that tag, but excellent. The ball
Made it
arrived
work.
just as he got there.
As now again, Peng looking in. He'd love to get a hit here too. Kind of an impressive throw from the center fielder as that one pops up and over our broadcast booth. We remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
So once again, you see Zach Crane working himself out there. Crane looks out. No ball, 1 strike count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third, Pioneers have scored the first run of the night as that one bounces. Just kept in front of him by the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. Dylan Schwarmer able to keep the ball in front of him. As again, stepping back up, Nathan Peng. He waits. Looking in, the wind and the pitch. Outside again.
My goodness.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That whole left-handed batter's box is gone. The
Certainly
way
is.
he's had to cover all these balls in the dirt, now he's going out for a visit on the mound.
They're going to call out to the ball boy to get some more balls at home plate. Catcher talking and the pitcher trying to fix his pants, reaching into the belted area. Not sure what was wrong out there, but appears to be sorted out now. As again, looking in is Crane. He's got Nathan Peng to deal with. 2 balls, 1 strike count, and Nathan Peng never an easy out. Coming back set. Crane checks on the runner, winds, delivers, cut on by Peng, driven towards the shortstop who runs back. Brody Moore, he's going to get Peng, and Brody will be forced to stay right put at second base. That's going to bring up home run derby champion Trey Harmon. As Harmon 1 for 1 on the night, we remember the hit that he did achieve as it hit directly off Zach Crane.
I think he remembers that very fondly. Maybe not fondly.
I don't know about fondly,
not
but
fondly, but very
it's certainly embedded in the mind.
Yeah.
Runner at second now. We'll see if Harmon can drive in the run. When he hit that comebacker, it hit off Crane and allowed Peng to move to third base. That's a big swinging strike there by number 34, Trey Harmon out of Kentucky. Harmon
Really good first baseman coming out of high school.
certainly was. I think we mentioned that back his first time up. Number 4 first baseman in the country. Impact first baseman for this collegiate season. Top 150 impact. As the next pitch swung on and missed by Harmon. No balls, 2 strikes. So Harmon trying to keep the inning alive. He certainly gets his cuts out there. We'll have to see what he can do here. 3 hits, 1 run for the Elmira Pioneers.
A lot to remember on that right side if he's able to tap one over.
Harmon, a heck of a pull hitter, I'll tell you. That unfortunately not working in his favor here with the big hole on the right side. As that one again into the left-handed batter's box. I'm trying to see if the catcher's got a skateboard or something because he's getting way over there on the pitches that are going into that left-handed batter's box.
Certainly saving a lot of wild pitches tonight.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Taken inside that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown.
We've had a lot of them tonight.
Certainly have. Tioga Down's getting their money worth. As again, Crane staring daggers in at Trey Harmon. Harmon looking for a pitch he can put into the outfield. Doesn't get it. He swings and misses. That'll be strike 3 as Harmon goes down on strikes. The second victim of the strikeout here tonight. Through 3, Pioneers 1, the Geneva Red Wings 0. We'll head down and check things out when we come back as Geneva will come up to the plate. All right. And with that, Pioneers head back to the field. And, George, it's been a riveting game so far, a 1-0 lead, as Teshko going to try to keep that alive.
Yeah, we've had a lot of action, a couple strikeouts lately, but again, the Pioneers, we talked about scoring early. We're certainly doing it tonight.
And hopefully can extend the winning streak, but a lot of outs need to occur before we can even start thinking about that. Stepping back up, Nick Labraska 0 for 1 on the night. So, Teshko looking in. See how long he's allowed to go as well. It'll be interesting as the Pioneers try to keep working, as that's in there for a ball. 1-0. Pioneers have continued to try to push their starters 6, 7. Oh, we even saw almost 8 innings the other night. But the Pioneers certainly trying to extend starts, as the bullpen has been a source of trouble all year. 1 ball, 1 strike count now.
It has been. They held up well over the weekend, though.
They certainly
Again,
did.
a shorter game, so we didn't see too much of them, but they held up well.
That being said, though, only 2 members of the bullpen actually needed through that doubleheader.
They held up well.
They certainly did. That one popped up. Playable for center fielder Mejia. No, the right fielder's going to make the grab, as coming up with the catch will be Andrew Sexton. Sexton, normally a center fielder, so not too surprising he's got that type of range, as that's going to bring up Alexander Gao.
372 hitter coming into this game with 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 7 RBI, 20 total bases.
You look at his numbers in the last 10, 450, and he's played 7 of the last 10. That's not bad numbers.
No.
As now again, the windup and the pitch from Teshko. Cut on and fouled away. No balls, 1 strike. Gao, 0 for 1 on the night. Technically, if can keep the 0-fers going, Gao is 0 for 1. Thursel White, 0 for 1. A potential to get through the inning unscathed here. Next pitch. Taken for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes.
He's had that really good breaking ball tonight.
As we'll see. We've seen on the 3rd strike pitch the turn to the fastball, as that one looked to be straight heat, and Gao turned it out. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 more time, as Alex Gao looks out. Again. Looking. The wind and the pitch. High and inside. Just a little too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Kevin Teshko. Teshko's allowed just 2 hits here through 3 full innings of work. 3 1/3 now. As Teshko looking in. He winds and delivers. Don't know where that missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count.
A close one.
Certainly is. Teshko looking back in. Gao steps back in the batter's box. Teshko begins his movement, and inside, trying to dive for it, unable to reach, was the 3rd baseman, Nathan Pang. The throw from left will get right back in, as that will allow a runner to reach base. So, Thursel White will be the next man up.
Yeah, dived to the short side for his glove and just barely out of his reach, but a good job to keep that to a single.
So White retrieves the bat, tosses it back towards his dugout. And now, Teshko will have to go back to the stretch for the first time in, well, a full inning and a third of another. So we'll see as he comes set. Would love to get a ground ball double play here. Pioneers have not really successfully turned a lot of double plays this season. That one will get by, but not quite far enough, as unable to reach second base was Alexander Gao. He'll continue to stand on first. That works out in the favor of the Elmira Pioneers.
It's a big favor there.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As again, stepping back in, Thursel White, who you talked about the numbers earlier, George. The numbers are there. His numbers against the Pioneers, less favorable. He has really struggled to play the Pioneers this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As again, Teshko looks in again. He waits. The throw over. Not in time. Harmon couldn't even get his glove down in enough time before Gao had dove. Dove back in. I guess that's the
Yeah.
correct vernacular. The wind and the pitch. Fouled off there by White. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got caught up in my own English lesson there. As now, again, kicking dirt around on the mound. You still see that foot is landing perfectly. The repetition, I couldn't have laid it out any better. That is exactly the way that this night is gone. Teshko comes set. He looks in. The wind and the delivery. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second in plenty of time. Strike him out. Throw him out. Double play. And that will do it. Perhaps not the traditional way to get the double play, but the Pioneers pull it off 1-0 after 3.5. We'll be back here on Mixler.com. All right, and we are back here live as once again the Pioneers will come to the plate. So stepping back up to start things off for the Elmira Pioneers. Another right-handed bat. We see,
a lot
the
of
switch
righties.
back and forth quite a bit.
For the amount of paint that's dusted up in left-handed batter's box.
You would think more left-handed batters would have come to the plate.
Nope.
Moskowitz 0 for 1 tonight. The line and the pitch. Taken high. 1 ball, no strikes. So I don't want to jinx anything here, George, but a quick moving first 3.5 innings.
Yep. I wasn't going to say it.
As the wind and the pitch. Cut on. Right back behind the pitcher's mound. That's going to get down.
Ooh.
And a hard play there for the second baseman as Moskowitz going to get on. We'll have to see the official ruling on that.
I would go up a single. It was more the field than the fielder.
I believe you're right. We'll have to wait and see, though, as that will go up as a hit.
Correctly
So
done.
1 for 2 goes Bryce Moskowitz.
I guess when we put out that call for official scorers, we got a good
We
one.
got an answer. As now Derigi steps back up. He will bat from the left-hand side. So see if he can find the batter's box without the chalk. As Derigi steps in.
There is a pitcher going out to the opposing bullpen. We'll keep an eye
Interesting.
on that one again.
As the leadoff man gets on, Derigi now stands in. 0 for 1 on the night. The first pitch in there for a strike.
That's a breaking ball. He was trying to get into the righties, but just
Kept
wouldn't
drifting
stay
out
up.
there to the left-hand side. That's the one thing I'd be concerned about for the left-handed batters for the Pioneers is as much as that ball has drifted, you have to be concerned that it's going to come in on you as a left-handed batter. That one bounces up. An interesting play there.
Yeah,
as
boom.
Moskowitz was held up. Derigi's going to go 0 for 2, but he does remove the runner along despite. Well, that's interesting. Moskowitz had to stop, literally
It's
stop.
It's a really bad play by Fisher over at second. I mean, Moskowitz had to stop, but the ball was going directly into his path, so he had to hold up for a second. And again, he would have been easy out at second base with 1 out.
Took the guaranteed
Yeah.
first out at first. I
I thought that
understand
was
it.
a guaranteed out at second.
I would agree with you. As now Richardson up 0 for 1. The wind and the pitch. Taken high, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0, 1 out. As Moskowitz stands at second base. Derigi was retired. I don't know if you had enough time to turn 2 there, but
No, not 2, but I think you could have
turn
gotten
the lead runner. Yeah, for sure. As now the windup in the pitch. Cut on, driven out there towards right. That is going to move towards foul territory and get down. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As we have another Tioga Down Showdown. Only place to see horse cart racing.
Yeah.
Quite a fun little event. If you haven't been down to Tioga Downs, go check that out. One of the only places to see it in the southern tier. As now again, coming back, Richardson. He waits.
Still waiting.
Richardson looking out as the long pause here from the pitcher as he may be getting towards the end of his day. The wind and pitch taken outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Moskowitz stands on second. 2-1 count. Pitcher warming down in the bullpen.
Yeah, number 7 out there. There's still no
Jacob
catcher.
Land.
No catcher for him yet, but he's got him at arm loose with the cord.
The wind and pitch taken again for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Got that elastic band working.
Well, Jacob Land, we've seen him a time or two. He certainly has some effective pitches. As now again, looking in. 3-1 count for Zach Crane. The pitch way out there in the left-handed batter's box. And now runners will stand on first and second base as Trevor Henneman comes up. Henneman, who is now batting with runners in scoring position. In this situation, Henneman batting .300 in 20 at-bats. So he certainly had the situation quite a bit. Runner standing at first and second. Henneman, if he can push the ball, a lot of room on the right-hand side. Have to see what he chooses to do here. With everyone playing so far back, even with Henneman's iffy speed, he could probably lay down a bunt as he puts a jolt into that one, heading back towards the fence. That will be caught on the warning track as that will keep the runners at first and second with 2 outs now.
A nice little over shoulder catch going out onto the warning track.
As now Andrew Sexton comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As that hole on the right-hand side should remain open, and Sexton, obviously a pull hitter from the left-hand side, as we've seen him homer over the AJ sign out there in right field. Double checked myself there for a moment as once again, Crane looking in. Trying to get out of this inning. The Pioneers would love to put up some insurance runs here with just a 1-0 lead. The wind and pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Zach Crane trying to work quickly here as the Geneva Red Wings closing in on a playoff spot. They certainly have the advantage. The wind and the pitch. Taken again. 2 balls, no strikes. Geneva has to be about a game from closing out a guaranteed spot as they have a hefty lead on the 3-4 in the West. Now again, still working around. The wind, the pitch. Cut on by Sexton for a foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A 1-0 lead for the Pioneers.
Getting close to a Tioga Down Showdown. Another one.
Certainly are.
I think we'll have a record one tonight. Already.
Well, we'll have to see. I don't know if anybody's ever actually kept active count.
Have to ask our listeners on YouTube and Mixler.com.
As now again,
I
Andrew
tried to
Sexton.
keep counts one game, but does the lights come on?
Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga Downs showdown. As once again, Sexton stepping right back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed, and Sexton goes down on strikes for the second time here tonight. Pioneers will head for the top of the 5th. They have a lead, 1-0, hoping to keep it right there. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. As now, the Elmira Pioneers going back to work for the top of the 5th inning, George. It's been an interesting ride so far, a 1-0 game.
Again, it's knock on wood, but it's moved fairly quickly. We've had some good pitching, some nice opportunities for the Pios.
Certainly has. Now they're going to face the bottom of the order, Sperling, Schwarmer, and Chisholm. Sperling 1 for 1. Schwarmer, a base on balls, and Chisholm 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So the next pitch from Teshko bounces around. 1 ball, no strikes. Not sure what that was. As now they'll go and have a quick talk on the mound. As George, you got some numbers for us, or you see you looking at the stat sheet?
I'm just looking. 353 hitter in his last 10 games.
Certainly has been, as Sperling will have to see. He has been a hot and cold hitter throughout the course of the season. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball, 2-0. So Teshko trying to work things out as the Pioneers bullpen remains quiet.
No one throwing over in the Red Wings bullpen.
As now the wind and pitch from Teshko misses again. 3 balls, no strikes. So a 3-0 count. First real trouble Teshko's worked himself into here. The wind and the pitch. Outside a 4-pitch walk to start off the top of the 5th. So Sperling is 1 for 1, now has a base on balls. That'll bring up Dylan Schwarmer. Schwarmer, no official at bat. Base on balls, his first trip to the plate. As we said, a 700 hitter so far on the season. Granted, only played 4 games, but at one point, everybody had only played 4 games, and I know the Pioneers did not have anyone with a 700 batting average, so certainly would take it.
Is that what the stat sheet's saying? You got a whole wall of them.
I do.
Got 2 walls.
That's in there for a strike. Finally breaks the 4 straight ball count. Didn't throw another one as Schwarmer steps in. Don't know if we'll see another strikeout throw him out double play. Would like to see a ground ball here as Teshko goes back to work. The throw over to first.
Very soft throw over for a throw over.
It was. Teshko not wanting to have any issues with runners advancing. As you keep the double play possibility alive. The throw over. Cut on and popped up. This will be playable. Teshko will get out of the way. Brody Moore reading it. Makes the grab. So Schwarmer goes 0 for 1. And that's going to bring up Ronan Chisholm. Chisholm 0 for 1 struck out here tonight. As now we'll see what Teshko can do here. Still looking for that double play ball that could get him out of the inning. As now the look in. He waits. The wind and the pitch. Taken as that one gets away from the catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. So Teshko stands back in. Has a ball, no strikes. As again, Teshko looks in. He waits. The wind and the pitch. Right down the gut. That'll be 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As now again. The wind and the pitch. Fouled off there as that one hit the batter. So they're going to pick that one up. Oh, no, hold on. They throw that over to first. That advanced the runner. The home plate umpire saying that it was a dead ball as it did hit off the batter. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
So the runner should go back to first.
No, wait. Are they calling that a balk?
I don't know what they're calling it, but
I didn't hear the sound of a balk. So apparently right back to that Tioga down showdown. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. I'm confused, to say the least. I did not hear the exclamation of the balk like we heard earlier. As now the wind and the pitch. High. 2 balls, 1 strike.
okay.
2-1. So it must have been a balk there.
2 balks in this game already.
That's a lot of balks. I mean, you don't see that called very often, even in this league here. 2-1 count. The next pitch. Taken outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Teshko right back in his head again. 3-1 count. As again, Kevin Teshko looks in. Brennan Chisholm, who has not hit well this season, the wind and the pitch outside, and he will earn himself a walk, putting runners at first and second base. For the top of the order, Harrison Treble will head up to the plate, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. You see the shortstop and the catcher coming out to have a conversation. Don't quite see Matt Birch as of yet. So Treble coming up for his third plate appearance here. Elmira still leading the hitting column 4 to 3. Still leading in runs for the moment, 1-0, but with only one out here, Pioneers have got to find their way through the top of the fifth.
You have two balks in this game, 3 walks.
Yes.
Has not been great so far.
However, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah.
We'll take that as now. Teshko checking on that runner, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. No balls, 1 strike, and we remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision and Autoglass.
There it is, as Teshko coming back to work. Runners stand at first and second. First, second, or third on a ground ball. Teshko looking back. Now he'll step back towards the rubber. Second base umpire very jittery out there as he wants to call another one as he very quickly examines the feet of Teshko. That one a ground ball right back towards second. Will be tossed over. Quick play by Brody Moore, and that was only 2 outs.
Yep.
Brody had a chance to make the double play, but that, unfortunately, ground ball perfectly tuned up for the double play, and you see the look of despair on the face of Brendan Dorigi.
Dorigi looked down at the scoreboard, too, just to kind of double check, so maybe they were all confused on how many outs there were. I don't know, but
that's going to bring up Noah Fisher, and Fisher 1 for 2 on the night already with a runner 90 feet from home. So the windup and the pitch taken for a strike. Teshko trying to get himself through the top of the 5th inning. Certainly just had a served up on a play, the double play. Served up on a platter, the double play, excuse me. As the wind and the pitch taken wide. We're going to hold on to that one. The runner will move on in a defensive indifference. 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, Teshko looks in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. So a base hit here could be disastrous for the Pioneers. Teshko comes set. He winds and delivers. Taken for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Kevin Teshko will now get a meeting on the mound from his catcher. As Teshko talking it out with Moskowitz. Pioneers with a 1-0 lead. Runners stand at second and third for Geneva. A team that has really took the Pioneers to task this season, George.
Again, it's been tough stretch against them. Again, their Pirates are holding out well with the run 1-0 lead, leading in the hits as well, 4 to 3. But beneath the pitching, kind of bear down right now.
For sure, here in the top of the 5th.
We do have someone warming up.
Can you catch a number on that one, George? Or?
I will work on that after this pitch.
All right. So Teshko winds and delivers. Outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga down showdown.
It is a righty, I believe, wearing at least 1 9.
At least 1 9?
Yeah. There's a 9
Could
and
be
something
Kester.
else.
Oh, another. So Matt Busher, perhaps? 39?
39 or 29.
The wind and the pitch. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. One more time. It's another Tioga down showdown.
There's a leg post that is perfectly placed in front of him on the mound out there.
As now.
I'll go with either 29 or 39, John.
All right. Well, we're going to say Matt Busher warming up in the pen as Kevin Teshko stands on the rubber. He looks in. Needs 1 more strike. The windup and the pitch. Just missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And just missed. That was on the outside. They haven't really called some of those low strikes. But Moskowitz, we've talked all season, has done a very good job behind the plate in terms of pitch framing.
For sure. As now, once again, Teshko, 3 ball, 2 strike count. He winds and delivers. way outside. Fisher's going to earn himself a free pass, and that will load the bases for Brandon Cooper. Cooper, who on the season with the bases loaded has bat 200, 1 for 5. However, that one hit, a long ball, grand salami. Don't want to see that here at historic Dunn Field, that's for sure. No wind as you look out to the center field flags.
Hanging straight down.
As now again, the wind and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes as Teshko starting to struggle to find the strike zone.
You just don't want to walk a ball in after what's been a strong start for him. Again, only giving up 3 hits through 4.
Coming back set. Teshko winds and delivers way inside. Shrugging his way away from that. 2 ball, no strike count now for Brandon Cooper. Teshko going to take a walk. This is going to bring out the manager. We'll have to see if this is to mean anything, aside from settling down his pitcher. Teshko's had a good outing.
Yeah, again, no runs, only 3 hits and 4 2/3 innings is excellent. We talked about 3 straight strikeouts at one point. We mentioned he's walked a couple guys, but when he was in that rhythm, he was pitching so well, and he's kind of fallen out of that with the men on base.
As now Matt Birch just discussing things over, perhaps giving our pitcher down there in the bullpen a little bit more chances. Yeah, that's going to be Matt Busher warming up down there. Taking a definitive look down there.
Yep.
Busher this season, 14.02 ERA, no wins, 2 losses, 9 games appeared in, 1 start, 17.1 innings, 28 hits, 31 runs, 27 earned, 19 bases on balls, and 22 strikeouts.
That's a lot of walks.
Certainly is, but Busher in his last couple appearances has been spot on and perfect. We'll have to see if that trend continues. Always hard when you get off to a rough start to a season.
He has struck out 9 and walked 8 in his last 10 games.
He has.
ERA that is not listed.
As once again, coming back set, looking for the first strike of the at-bat. The wind and pitch from Teshko, cut on and fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, as Teshko trying to get out of the top of the 5th with no damage done. That would be the ideal scenario here. Going to be hard to do with 2 outs, runners on every base, and the Pioneers trying to protect a 1-run lead. Teshko looks, the wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga down showdown.
And it's the biggest of the night thus far.
Certainly is. As now, Teshko trying to go through his repertoire. He's trying to find that perfect pitch, and that one's fouled back into the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tioga down showdown. One more time, George.
No?
No?
No? It's a song.
I didn't hear it. All right. Well, here we go.
One more time.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
The wind and the pitch. Cut on. Leaping for it just over the head of Brody Moore. That's going to bring around a run. Second run following it up. And that will do it for the Pioneers' lead. A 2-run single as Teshko, unfortunately, just unable to keep things going. 2 RBIs for the Geneva Red Wings. That'll bring up Nick Labraska, and that will bring out Matt Birch to signal the end of the night for Kevin Teshko. We'll step aside. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so Matt Busher making his appearance known here. Have to see what he can do as the Pioneers still only 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. A 2-1 deficit against the Geneva Red Wings. So, George, the Pioneers really riding a great start there from Kevin Teshko. We'll hope to see a one-pitch relief appearance here for Matt Busher in the top of the 5th and get out of this.
Again, it was some good rhythm, some good consistency early on from Teshko, where he had those 3 straight strikeouts, finished the night with 4, but had a lot of walks late in that appearance. And again, the runners got on base, but kind of threw him off a little bit, and this is what we got.
We've talked about it a lot, George, over the course of the season. The walks just really come back to bite the Pioneers. It's been that way all season. Of course, the Pioneers have plenty of time to catch back up. They're going into the bottom of the 5th after they get out of this inning. However, that being said, runners on first and second, and you're going through the heart of the order. This is Nick Nebraska. He's certainly not going to be an easy out. So, Nebraska steps up to the plate. Matt Busher going to be looking, as I said before, a one-pitch relief appearance here in the top of the 5th inning, if he can get it. And then the Pioneers' bats are going to have to go to work. They now trail by a run in an inning where they entered leading by a run. So Busher looks in. Nebraska steps up to the plate. Checking on the runner at second. Busher winds and delivers. Cut on, popped up. This could be, as Harmon has the read. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that will do it as Matt Busher gets the out he needs. And the Pioneers head to the bottom of the 5th, trailing 2-1. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so the Pioneers head back for the plate. The leadoff man, Jeff Mejia, to try to get things started. Going to continue to face Zach Crane. So Crane will hope to survive longer than his counterpart, Kevin Teshko, who's now been replaced by Matt Busher. First pitch in there. I believe that was for a ball. No signal from the umpire.
Yep.
So
It was a ball.
the next pitch. High and outside, ball 2. As now Matt Busher, the pitcher of record, after a 1-pitch relief appearance to bring the Pioneers to the bottom of the 5th. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out.
No one up in either bullpen either.
So it'll be assumed Busher will pitch the top of the 6th. Certainly didn't have to strain too much, which is a good thing. That one fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jeff Mejia. Mejia so far 0 for 1 base on ball on the night. Coming back set. Mejia waiting. The next pitch delivered. Outside. 3 ball, 2 strike count to the first batter of the bottom of the 5th inning. Zach Crane. Again, we said it. Nobody warming down in that bullpen, so this will be his inning. The wind of the pitch. Cut on. Right back up the middle. Through and into the outfield. As Mejia rounds first, but that's as far as he will go. He goes 1 for 2 on the night.
You see a couple of odd hops out there on the dirt tonight, especially in that middle infield. That one with the shortstop diving over to his left. Just, again, a weird little bounce right in front of his glove.
Well, the ball bounced, but the shortstop also seemed to skid to a stop there as well. Not quite the usual slide you see for a middle infielder. Brody Moore going to be the man. 1 for 2. No balls, no strikes, nobody out. As he will try to advance Jeff Mejia. Mejia, well known for his ability to move on the base pass. 11 stolen bases, leads the team. As Brody will put that back into the parking lot, make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
As now, once again, Brody Moore looks in.
Only RBI tonight for the Pios.
Would love to put up another one here.
Or 2.
The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike right down the gut. You know Brody wants that one back. 0-2.
Again, not really the atmosphere for a home run tonight like we saw the other night, but flags are not going anywhere. But heat is not a factor like it was the other night.
But still could get that ball in the gap. That's all you need here at Historic Dunn Field. That one chopped towards the shortstop. Mejia was off and running on contact. That will be an easy out on Brody Moore over at first, but he does his job and puts Mejia on second base. That's going to bring up Nathan Pang as the pitcher looking for a brand new baseball. So Pang steps up. Pang already 1 for 2 on the night as well. The top 5 hitters, all 1 for the night. Brody Moore 1 for 3, Mejia 1 for 2, Harmon 1 for 2, Pang 1 for 2, and Bryce Moskowitz 1 for 2. It's a pretty impressive top 5.
The bottom guys, though, 0 for 7.
Very
with
true.
a walk. Got inconsistency across the lineup.
The wind and pitch is inside there on Nathan Pang. Pang had to duck out of the way. Actually, more of a limbo out of the way. As you've got to get under the stick. I tried. It didn't work. Okay, we move on. As
we move on.
Once again, Pang looks. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Pang about a foot in front of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As the scoreboard catches up. So now, Pang looking out. Have to see what he can do here. He waits. The next pitch. Thrown. Cut on. Drilled out there by Pang. Off and running is Mejia. He is going to be held up at third. Not taking a chance on that solid arm from the left fielder. Runners will now stand at first and third. Pang moves to 2 for 3 on the night. That's going to bring up a huge bat in Trey Harmon. Harmon, 1 for 2 on the night, as we already said, but his other appearance, he did strike out. The first appearance where he did get the hit, it went right back off the pitcher. And that was an interesting play to watch, to say the least. Glad to see the pitcher still doing okay as Crane works into his 5th inning of work. That actual appearance happened back in the first. As you see that one go way outside the batter's box. Catcher luckily got over there to stop the passed ball. Of course, the Pioneers fans, we wouldn't have minded seeing that as Mejia would have come around to score. So we'll see here. Crane going back to work. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm sure that the ball coming back to him from Trey Harmon still on his mind. Cut on and missed. Going is Pang. Pang tries to catch himself in a rundown as I don't know why he stopped running. He had the base stolen as Pang will be caught stealing. Can't explain that one, George.
You've seen a lot of weird plays tonight. That's one of again. It's not like it was a double steal.
Nope.
I don't know.
I understand Pang trying to draw the throw to get Mejia home, but the minute the throw went, Mejia would have had to be off. Mejia was not going anywhere. So the next pitch, cut on and fouled away. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you said 2 balls. I was waiting for the Tioga Down showdown.
I'm waiting for the second ball to appear. It is a Tioga Down showdown as once again, Harmon waits, the line, the pitch, cut on, belted out there towards center. That is going far, going back, and off the wall. That will score the tying run still bouncing around out there as Trey Harmon ends up on second base. So Harmon earns himself an RBI on the double. That's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz.
You wish it was 2 RBIs, though. I mean, you hope that's not the difference in this game.
Certainly.
That Pang caught stealing.
Certainly not. As now Moskowitz will come up. Now the catcher will head out to have a conversation with his pitcher, as will the pitching coach. So we'll have to see. Still nobody down in that bullpen, so not sure that this could be anything more than a conversation. So we'll have to see what happens here. Moskowitz, a single here, could drive Harmon in and put the Pioneers back ahead. As we're here in the bottom of the 5th, the tie ball game is back. So I'll tell you what, the Pioneers, who were tough luck defenders there after misplaying the double play, now get right back into it off that Trey Harmon long fly ball out there that hit off the Arnett Health sign. So again, see what Bryce Moskowitz can do. Moskowitz with a runner in scoring position, 2 men out.
A 214 hitter with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
So we'll see if he can improve his average a little bit here.
A lot of numbers on that sheet, John.
There certainly are.
A lot of numbers.
Next pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Cashing in on the Tioga Downs showdown.
Yeah.
Should get you.
You can cash
something
in
down
and
there.
potentially Tioga Downs.
Certainly can. As now, 1 ball, no strike. The line and the pitch. Taken for a ball. No,
Nope.
he's going to say he went, and 1 ball, 1 strike count here.
That's a tough one to call when you're at second base. It's different when he was covering over by
Over on
first
first.
earlier.
Yeah, I was
but
going to say.
That's a tough one.
That positioning is not conducive. I hate the check and the center umpire. I just don't think it's as accurate as it could be. 2 balls, 1 strike in what I still assert should be a 3-0 count right now. Moskowitz trying to find a pitch to his liking as Trey Harmon stands in scoring position. The next pitch, cut on, fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. George, it's another Tioga Downs showdown. As now we'll have to see. Moskowitz trying to replicate Trey Harmon's feet there out, and I'm not sure he's got quite the power to get it out to that Arnett Health sign out there in center field, but
I would say not.
you never know. Stranger things. The line and the pitch. That's taken for a strike, and Moskowitz will take a seat. So that goes down as Moskowitz will go 1 for 3 on the strikeout. Now we head to a break, 2-2 tie as we head for the top of the 6th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, the Pioneers head back to the field. Matt Busher returns to the mound. Would love to get through an inning in one pitch here. Not sure that's going to actually be a possibility, but Busher takes his first full inning on the mound, having already recorded a third of an inning so far. He's going to be faced with Alexander Gow, Thursel White, and Daniel Sperling to lead things off here. So Gow stepping up. 1 for 2. He was caught stealing, as we've had 2 caught stealings here tonight.
Had a lot of caught stealings, a lot of balks, a lot of weird stuff.
Certainly has been.
Now there is movement out in that bullpen to our left-hand side.
So perhaps the final time we've seen the starting pitcher for Geneva here. That one's fouled off real quick. 0-1. Gow, as we mentioned, 1 for 2 on the night. He steps back up to the plate now. Busher taking a long look. He winds and delivers. He just missed a little low there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Just can definitely tell where the shortstop plays every game, as the dirt out there very prevalent. Second base, a lot more movement apparently as that one gets by. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Not a lot over at third.
No. First base, very similar, as there appears to be about 3 spots where the first baseman stands. 2 ball, 1 strike count, as Matt Busher can record the first out of his first full inning of work here in the top of the 6th.
We got a 1 pitch out in the last inning.
Comes set, delivers. Ground ball should be playable for Brody Moore. Scoops it up, throws to first in time as Brody Moore records the first out here. Gow goes 1 for 3. That's going to bring up Thursel White. So White steps back up to the plate.
And we talked about White being one of the better hitters on this team, but already 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
You think about professional players, there are certain teams that they do not hit well against.
Nope.
A-Rod did not hit well against Seattle for whatever reason, probably because he played there for 10 years, but other players just have not. Jeff Bagwell never hit well against St. Louis. These are the case in points of this this matchup when Thursel White does not hit the Pioneers well.
Many guys like Ryan Howard always hit well in his hometown of St. Louis.
Certainly did.
A couple multi-home run games out there.
So 1-0 count, the next pitch. Off again, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0. Busher asking where that one missed. He wants to make sure he's finding the zone appropriately. Busher winds and delivers. Fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike. We remind you again to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass.
There we go.
As Busher comes back.
We've forgotten about the auto glass a couple times.
We have. So let's get back on top of that. As Busher comes back set, he will wind, deliver. Bunt is pulled back. I'm surprised at that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. As the bunt was held for quite a while there before it was finally pulled back. And even so, I don't know that it was that low. As now Busher comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on. That'll be fouled away. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Moskowitz applies the tag anyway. Just even though the dead ball had been declared. Have to see what Busher has in store here. He comes back set. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed. The ball gets away, scooped up by Moskowitz. He will waste no time throwing down. Strike him out, throw him out. That'll be a solid strikeout. The second of the night for Thursel White. Daniel Sperling will come up 1 for 1 and a base on balls. He has reached both times he's come to the plate.
Came around and scored his last time out there.
We'll ignore that for the moment.
Well, we
definitely don't want that to happen again as the Pioneers trying to get through a quick, easy inning. Matt Busher would certainly enjoy it. He comes set, he winds and delivers. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
So right now there are 2 pitchers stretching, but no one throwing out in that bullpen.
For Geneva?
Yes.
All right.
Stretching, but not throwing.
Another pitch in there.
Big cut and miss.
Huge cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here. As Matt Busher trying to record a 0 in the inning. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. As again, 2-1 count. Busher comes set. He winds and delivers. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown.
They are getting their money's worth tonight.
Certainly are. Coming back set. The wind. And the pitch from Busher. Ground ball. Picked up by Busher. Thrown to first.
Ooh.
Away from Trey Harmon. And that will keep the inning alive. That's an error. As Harmon tosses the ball back to Busher, and he was not happy about that one.
No, I'm surprised. I mean, it was a dribbler right in front of the plate. Usually you would like to see the catcher go out and play that. Moskowitz didn't move at all. Busher, although, should have made that throw a little lackadaisical throw that was out of a reach of a first baseman.
So Schwarmer will come up. 2 outs as Busher. This is the second straight inning. We've seen an attempted end to an inning fall a little short. The first time was the Brody Moore non-throw over to first for the double play. Now that swung on and missed. Schwarmer trying to tattoo that one towards the river as 0-1 the count. 0-1. Busher looks in. The wind and pitch. Taken for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. As now again, Trey Harmon standing there protecting first base. As Busher looks in. 2-2 baseball game here in the top of the 6th. Throw over to first and little lackadaisical again. As Harmon has to be thinking he wishes that was the speed of the throw on the last play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The wind and pitch from Busher way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Matt Busher getting set again. He looks in. Long look in there. Dylan Schwarmer, the catcher. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown.
Let's put it away on this one. Let's not waste it.
As Busher looks back in. The wind and the pitch. Popped up and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A continuation of the last Tioga Down showdown. As again, Busher looks in. Comes set. The wind and the pitch. Just missed.
They're walking off the diamond all the way around.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Busher feels a little pinched right there. Now we'll see what comes of this. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Coming back set. The wind, the pitch. Runner is off and going, and that is ball 4. So Schwarmer walks for the second time tonight. That'll bring up Ronan Chisholm. Chisholm 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a base on balls. Chisholm steps back up to the plate. 2 outs, runners on first and second. As now Busher really feeling the pressure here. As George looks at stat line.
Wait, which Chisholm is this?
Ronan. So Ronan takes ball 1 outside.
0 for 5 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. It's a good sign.
Could be.
Hope he's not due.
That's the question, as now, once again, Matt Busher trying to find his way through the top of the 6th. Wants desperately to put up a 0. The wind and the pitch.
Oof.
On the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Took a little while for that one to get called there. As Busher looks in. He waits. Checking back on the runner. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Pioneers in a 2-2 baseball game. As Matt Busher trying to keep it right there. As now again. He looks in. Busher comes set, checking on that runner back at second. Now winds, delivers, cut on and missed, and Chisholm goes down on strikes. As the Pioneers work their way through a very stressful top of the 6th inning. We head for the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right. Well, the Pioneers coming back to the plate. See what they can do here. As it's going to be a hard one for the Pioneers to come back. We'll have to see what they can do. Standing up to the plate, Andrew Sexton, who's 0 for 2, not Sexton. That's Brennan DeRigi heading up 0 for 2 on the night.
Couple guys warming up in the bullpen.
As we'll see how long Geneva hangs with this pitcher as stepping back in. The windup and the pitch.
Oof.
Taken for a ball. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes as the Pioneers trying to find their way through this inning. The wind and pitch. Cut on. This one popped up by DeRigi. Stepping back. As that will be the first out here. DeRigi goes 0 for 3. That's going to bring up Kyle Richardson. George, we talked about the bottom of the lineup has really struggled here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of Richardson, who walked the bottom 4 guys haven't gotten on base.
DeRigi now 0 for 3. You talked about Richardson. He's 0 for 1 with the base on balls. He's up now.
Sexton, 2 strikeouts.
0 for 2, and Henneman 0 for 2 as well. First pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Henneman looking out. The wind and the pitch. Taken a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. As again, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, popped right up here. This one may be playable. No, it's going to get down.
Just past that first section.
2 balls,
And
1 strike.
Julio Avila, formerly of 18 News, it was his last day today, is sitting down there. It went just over his head.
As now a 2 ball, 1 strike count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So happy trails to Julio, excuse me. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little busy during the news hours, George. I apologize. I'm doing my best here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind and the pitch. Fouled back. As 2 balls, 2 strikes again. So once again, coming back set. Looking for an opportunity, Kyle Richardson. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Richardson will go down on strikes. As that'll bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman, the number 8 batter. 0 for 2 already. As the Pioneers trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 6th. We're running out of time here as we work through the second third of the ball game. 1 out remaining for the Elmira Pioneers. As now again. Henneman looks out. The wind and the pitch. Cut on by Henneman, popped up, and coming over to make the play, the second baseman makes the grab, and the Pioneers go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. As we head for the top of the 7th, it's a 2-2 baseball game. See what the Pioneers can do when we come back out in the field. throw to first. In time that time, a little high as Trey Harmon happy to make the out, but still making a comment to Busher there on after the throw.
Busher has had some weird throws over to first tonight.
Certainly has, as that's going to bring up Noah Fisher. Fisher 1 for 2, a strikeout and a base on balls on his night. A little surprised to see Treble laying down the bunt. Not something we've seen a lot of from him. He certainly likes to use his bat. As now we sit here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Busher comes set. He winds and delivers. Just missed there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Now we have a lefty warming up in the visiting bullpen. No one in the Pios bullpen.
The wind and pitch. Cut on. This one popped up. Should be playable. Brody Moore makes the catch, and that will do it for the second out of the inning. Bringing up Brandon Cooper. Cooper 1 for 3 on the day. Has a strikeout and a couple of RBIs, unfortunately, for the Pioneers. So, Cooper steps up. Can you get a number on that one for me, George?
A little far away from my eyes.
As now, once again, Busher trying to work a perfect inning here. He comes back set. That one will bounce away from the catcher. So again, the Elmira Pioneers trying to put a 0 up on the board. They've done it in every inning but the 5th so far. It's been an impressive night for the Pioneers defense. They've really recovered from some bad situations. That's in there for a ball. 2-0. Busher trying to get himself some confidence back there on the mound. I'm not sure why he's lost the strike zone here. He certainly has had a good control of it so far as he throws 3 straight balls to Cooper.
We both made the same move to check to the bullpen. Still no one out there yet.
As again, the Pioneers have actually been doing really, really well with 2-pitcher games. That has been kind of the formula to get this 3-game winning streak going, as there's the 4th consecutive ball. That's not what the Pioneers wanted to do there, as that's going to bring up Nick Lebraska. Lebraska 0 for 3, but always a threat.
I mean, he had just 3 pitches to the first 2 guys and then a 4-pitch walk.
As now Lebraska comes towards the plate. As now, second base umpire getting back into position. As you can be assured, he'll be watching the feet of Matt Busher.
Already a couple balks.
First one quickly exclaimed. The second one a little bit harder to pick up on. As now, Busher comes set on the mound. So a time is called here for some reason.
A ball rolled out of the bullpen.
Oh, okay. Now again, Lebraska steps in. Lebraska certainly a big body down there.
Oh, yeah.
Should you see the hunch in the stance to try to make it a normalized strike zone? Cut on. That one blasted out towards left field and foul. That is going to get foul, and Matt Busher thanking his lucky stars on that one.
That was a blast. I mean, usually when we see home runs here, they hang out for a while, but that was a line drive, and it went on maybe 5 or 6 feet foul over in left field. But just over the house sign.
Since it did go foul, we want to remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
As now, no balls, 1 strike. As again, normally I make comments about the cut of the bat as well. However, I'll tell you
Is
what.
it the axe handle or the...
I'll tell you, he barely looked like he put any effort into that swing. As that one rolls away from the catcher momentarily. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a straight cut from Lebraska. Like we said, big body.
Yeah.
Certainly a lot of muscle behind it, I'm sure. As now the wind and the pitch from Busher. Outside again, 2 balls, 1 strike. Busher seemingly losing the strike zone as we continue to work here.
A little timid after that blast, but just went foul.
Needs to find a place in the zone he can hit solidly. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The next pitch off, throws down to first. Harmon keeps it in front of him, but that will allow the runner to move along. Not a great throw from Moskowitz as a 3-1 count now puts a runner on second base. So Busher asking where that pitch missed as now he sits 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, as Busher needs just 1 more out to get out of this 7th inning. Comes set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And Peel backs up all the way around.
As now he looks,
Second base, Derigi creeping back into towards second.
trying to keep an eye on the runner over there. The wind and the pitch. Low and outside. Ball 4. And Busher now has walked 2 straight batters. So that's going to bring up Alexander Gao.
We have a righty up in the bullpen now.
Gao going to come in and work as the light pole perfectly in position to block out any
It
chance
is.
of seeing.
I think I saw a 2, possibly. It's a double-digit number.
Definitely is double digits. A pitch in there.
27?
27.
Yes, no?
I'm gonna say maybe Alex Bardo 24 with the Sox. That looks about right, but I don't know. The attempted throw over. This should be a pickoff here as the throw to third.
Oh,
Now the
he
ball
dropped
gets
it.
away.
But now
Both runners are moving and nobody's standing at first. So an error by the Pioneers.
that is horrendous. They gave you that third out. They had 2 runners off the pads. And you just drop one in a rundown.
Perhaps it's 37 Stephen Rossi, as that would make sense as well, warming out there in the bullpen. So, a perfect opportunity there for the Pioneers to get out of the inning. Instead, runners return to first and second base.
I don't see an error yet on the board. You think that go to the third baseman there for just dropping the ball in the middle of a easy rundown.
Certainly has. Now the step off. Busher still very concerned about the runners. And I'll tell you what, with 1 out, I would understand. With 2 outs, you think you got to focus on the hitter. This one blasted towards right field. Backing up with room, makes the grab, and that will do it. The Pioneers get out of the inning. Gao goes 1 for 4. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's the 7th inning stretch. Get up and stretch, folks. You're listening to the Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, so we're back. It's nacho night at the ballpark. As now, a brand new pitcher as you get an up-close look at George's water. So we'll get the camera back coordinated. As again, new pitcher standing on the mound for the Geneva Red Wings. Trying to get a good look there. I can't quite read the number.